Margaret Thatcher and Chandraswami, Part 1, written by K. Natwar Singh. India House is among the better known diplomatic establishments in London. I first set eyes on the imposing building when I was a student at Cambridge University. 30 years later, I entered India House as Deputy High Commissioner. One of my less attractive duties was to meet the unreasonable demands of visitors from India. Not all were disagreeable, but many were. In the early summer of 1975, Chandraswami telephoned me. He was in London. The late Yashpal Kapoor of the emergency fame had asked him to contact me. Chandraswami invited me to meet him at his place. I said if he wished to see me, he should come to India House. This he did the next day. At the time, he was in his late 20s. He was in his sadhu attire. He did not speak a word of English. Now he does. At this, our first meeting, he dropped names, well known names. I was, quite obviously, expected to be impressed. I was not. After a few days, he again came to see me. He invited my wife and me to have dinner with him. The food was delicious. Chandraswami had already made a few chelas who hovered around Swamiji and did his bidding. After dinner, he said to us, I will show you something you have never seen. He then produced a large sheet of white paper and drew lines from top to bottom and from left to right like a chessboard. Next, he produced three strips of paper and asked my wife to write a question on each strip, roll it into a ball, and then place it on a square on the chessboard. My wife wrote the questions in English. He closed his eyes and went into a trance. I was, by this time, getting restless and looking at my watch. Suddenly, he asked my wife to pick up any one of the paper balls. She did so and opened it. Chandraswami then told her what the question was. He was spot on. My wife, who is an amateur astrologer, was skeptical at this stage. When Chandraswami got the next two questions right, she was amazed and interested. I was intrigued. Fluke? Not three times. Mind reading? Maybe. I could not, as a rationalist, accept mumbo jumbo. Neither could I dismiss Chandraswami as a hoax. A few days later, Y.B. Chavan, the then External Affairs Minister, was on his way to the United States. I went to meet him at Heathrow Airport. He confirmed he knew Chandraswami well. He does have some kind of siddhi, means special powers, the minister said. I also told Chavan that Chandraswami had asked me to arrange a meeting with Lord Mountbatten and also with Mrs. Thatcher. Should I arrange these meetings? To my discomfiture and surprise, Chavan saw no harm in Chandraswami meeting either Mountbatten or Margaret Thatcher. That very evening, Chandraswami called me. Agya mil gayi? Got your permission? By now, my unease about Chandraswami was gradually beginning to erode. The fellow had a peculiar charm. He was, in addition, entertaining, also an accomplished raconteur. Now, some of the words and their meanings. India House is among the better known diplomatic establishments in London. I first set eyes on the imposing building when I was a student at Cambridge University. Imposing means grand and impressive. At this, our first meeting, he dropped names, well known names. Name dropping means casually mention the names of famous people one knows. Suddenly, he asked my wife to pick up any one of the paper balls. She did so and opened it. Chandraswami then told her what the question was. He was spot on. Spot on means completely accurate or correct. My wife, who is an amateur astrologer, was skeptical at this stage. Skeptical means not easily convinced, having doubts. I was intrigued. Intrigue means to interest someone a lot. Fluke? Not three times. Fluke means a stroke of luck. Mind reading? Maybe. I could not, as a rationalist, accept mumbo jumbo. Mumbo jumbo means nonsense. Neither could I dismiss Chandraswami as a hoax. Hoax means something intended to deceive or defraud. Should I arrange these meetings? To my discomfiture and surprise, Chavan saw no harm in Chandraswami meeting either Mountbatten or Margaret Thatcher. Discomfiture means a feeling of unease or embarrassment. Chandraswami also an accomplished raconteur. Raconteur means a person who tells anecdotes in a skillful and amusing way. Thank you very much.